But on Saturday, I joined Grenfell Tower survivors and the families of those who lost their lives to attend a memorial service on the 8th anniversary of the fire. Well, I didn't go to that. I went to the walk because, you got to kind of pick one bit of it. It's not easy, and it isn't easy for me, and I didn't lose anybody in it, so goodness knows what it must be like for the people who actually did lose people in there. There were about 200 people gathered at All Saints Church in Notting Hill for the Humanity for Grenfell annual service. BBC London reporter Ayesha Buksh was there too.
In grief and pain from the horrors of Grenfell, waiting for justice, living in hell.
Prayer and poetry for Grenfell on another difficult anniversary. At this church service in North Kensington, the 72 victims of the Grenfell Tower fire were remembered.
Yasin El-Wahabi, Fawza El-Wahabi.
Whole families were wiped out. 18 of those who died were children. The public inquiry found the fire was a preventable tragedy with failings across the construction industry and government.
Something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong.
I wrote a poem. Right. When I was younger, I used to write poems, and people used to say I was quite good at them. Poems and short stories. I wrote a poem. That was the impact that it had on me. And I'll talk about that in a little while. Let's just finish reading this. Ahead of the service, flowers were laid at the foot of the tower by officials, including the Minister for Building Safety, Alex Norris, MP Mayor of London, Sir Sadiq Khan, and London Fire Brigade Commissioner Andy Rowe, who, as you probably know from our interviews, is the outgoing Fire Brigade Commissioner and somebody, I'm trying to get that exit interview, and also somebody who was there on a night, took over control of things. So it's a very personal story for him. During the service, a candle was lit in honour of each victim, and prayers were led by Reverend Paul Wood.
The notion of justice is a challenge because the whole community is soaked in that pain and is challenged by it all. So it is the church's job to continue to declare that, to say that there will be justice.
After the service, 18 doves, 56 balloons were released, each representing a life lost in the tower. Now, I sat in and did the breakfast show. Me and Paul did the breakfast show. And a survivor of the fire and chair of the Grenfell United, Natasha Elcock, spoke to me ahead of the anniversary.
We will hear over the next 24 hours politicians come out and say it should never have happened. It's unprecedented. Our thoughts are with the community. But they've just never acted enough. They've never done enough to ensure that this never happens again. We are one matchstick away from another Grenfell.
Yeah. The very first person I walked into when I went onto the march with her steward's vest on was Natasha, which made me think, goodness gracious me. But, that walk, I don't know, maybe 1,000 people. But that walk is a real thing. It is young, it's old, it's black, it's white, it's whatever your religion is, whatever your sexuality is. People coming together and walking in silence. You see lots of people you know, and lots of people who know you, and you nod. You nod in a kind of, I understand, I see, I hear, I get it, and we're here together to show respect. You know and I know that it'll be the last year where the tower is up. You and I know it feels no closer. There won't be any prosecutions, the police have said, until at least the middle of 2027. Later, I'll be speaking to somebody involved in a Netflix documentary about Grenfell. I did promise Ella and the team that I would come back with audio. But when I got there, I realised you can't really get audio on a silent march. And after it, one of the things about going to Thailand is I recognise now my limitations, and I went home. I went to my house and sat down. But one of the people I did nod to, well, slightly more than nodded to, because he might not be able to walk, but there's nothing wrong with him and his ability to talk, is co-chair of Inclusion London and London Fire Brigade Community Forum member Adam Gabsi. Great to see you there, fella. Is it a walk you've done before?
Of course, mate. Of course, yeah. It was really good to see you, and no beard, and you're looking in shape, Eddie, mate. Yeah, so big up your wife, because that's a great idea.
Don't. I've had enough of that. Woman is evil. She has sent any woman that would send her husband away for 7 days not to eat. It's not good. Adam, when let's because you and I do serious and weird better than anyone else that I know. I didn't see you straight away. I saw this poor fella sweating and pushing. Tell me what happened.
But the Grenfell March, the walk, is an incredible show of unity, right? And what I had on the day was a real personal experience where I'm a wheelchair user. I use a power chair, and my battery gave way, and all of a sudden it was maximum, and then it was on the red bar and it was flashing and the battery died. So the person I was with, Joseph and Lorenzo, they took turns pushing me, but they did push me on the walk, which, it is not very easy because my chair is batteried and therefore it is heavy. And he was actually the person that saw you. He said, "Oh, there's Eddie." I said, "Okay, push me over there, And so he did, and it was just a really
it was weird. It was very muted, even for me and you. It's like I wanted to hug you and whatever. But of course. It's weird. Everything has to be appropriate in that moment, doesn't it?
It's a very unique experience, the feeling of solidarity that comes out of that walk, the unity, the grief, everyone expressing strength. It's very, you kind of have to be there to really understand it. It's very easy to say it's one of the most inclusive walks that you could go on. There's regular breaks, and some of the speeches at the end were, very powerful. The youth mayor, very powerful stuff,
In terms of I'd seen this bit, so I kind of prepared myself, but yet it is still the moment where my eyes started to mist up.
Yeah.
You describe, because I've tried, but I don't have the power of those words. When we come up and we, using Hackney terminology, bust the left to Ladbroke Grove. Mm-hmm. Tell me what you felt, what you saw when we come to the firefighters.
No, listen, the people that I was with, a few of them started crying, because I was with a group of disabled people, so we all came together and we did the walk together. It's an emotional experience, the credit has to go to the firefighters that were there on the night, and I feel, there's not enough thanks that can be expressed to these people. These are real people that we need in society. And it was an emotional part of the walk. As I said, some of the people that I was with broke down, and I fully understand that my tears, my eyes filled up. So yeah.
It was great to see. We'll talk soon, because we want to try. I know that you're doing your best to try and get me Andy Rowe to do that exit interview. We got the personal independence stuff to come. Yeah, we got lots of work to do, fella. So I appreciate you. Yeah, and it was great to see you. God bless you, bro.
Yeah, and you. Thank you. Cheers, Eddie, mate.